Welcome back. Let's join Gloria Umezoke now, who's live in our studios in Abuja for more on the news at 10. Hi, Gloria.
Jonathan has forwarded the names of 12 ministerial nominees to the Senate for confirmation. Among the nominees are Mr. Boni Haruna, Senator Musiliu Obanikoro, General Ali Wuso, as well as Ambassador Aminu Wale and Hadija Jamila Salik, among others. Well, President Jonathan also forwarded the names of the service chiefs to the Senate for confirmation of appointment. They are the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Marshal Alex Bade, Chief of Army Staff, Major General Kenneth Minima, Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Usman Jibrin, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Adishola Amosun.
47 subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, I have the honor to forward on the listed ministerial nominees for consideration for Senate confirmation. 1. Senator Muslimu Obanikoro, Lagos State. 2. Honorable Mohammed Wakili, Borno State. 3. Abdul Jeli Oyewale Adesina, Osun State. 4. Ambassador Aminu Wali, Kano State. 5. Adija Jamila Saleki, Kano State. 6. Mrs. Okon Etim Eyakenyi, Akwa Ibom State. 7. Laurentia Labaran Malam, Kaduna State. 8. Dr. T.W. Dangogo, Rivers State.
But just a week after he resigned his position as the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Bamanga Tukur now has another job. President Jonathan has appointed him as chairman of the board of the Nigerian Railway Corporation in fulfillment of his promise to reward the former PDP chairman with another appointment. His appointment was announced in a statement by the Special Assistant on Media to Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Samuel Bassi. Tukur is assuming the position which was formerly held by Mr. Kawo Baraje, from whom Tukur also took over as chairman of the PDP, but has since led some other aggrieved members of the party to join the All Progressives Congress. Now, the Lagos State House of Assembly has passed a bill banning smoking in public places, including restaurants and public transports. Well, failure to comply attracts a 3-month jail term and/or a fine of up to 50,000 naira. The bill also prohibits smoking in front of a child, of which offenders will be fined at least 150,000 naira or be sentenced to a 1-month jail term or both. The new bill also stipulates that the owners or overseers of public areas will have to ensure that no smoking signs are prominently displayed. Failure to do this also attracts penalty. The smoking ban will only come into force once Governor Babatunde Fashola signs the bill into law. And our residents of Lagos may not have any cause to patronize Quack Health Centers again. Well, this is because Governor Babatunde Fashola has given the assurance that government hospitals are well equipped to handle their health challenges. Well, while commissioning a maternal and child center in Amowo-Dofin area of the state, Governor Fashola noted that the services are free. He also commissioned a road at Alaba in Ifelodun area and inspected the Ijora-Badia area.
The noise goes up a notch higher at Alaba Ajebule in Ifelodun area of Lagos State as an enthusiastic crowd greets Governor Babatunde Fashola, who has come to commission the cemetery road.
It is my honor and pleasure to unveil this plaque to commemorate the official handing over of the dualized Alaba Cemetery Road. We land in Ajebule to hand over the 2.68 kilometer road, Alaba Cemetery Road. It has been a difficult road to construct because this road was a refuse dump in itself. We had to dig over 1.5 meters to excavate refuse and rubbish and totally replace the soil. This road was built with your taxes. I hope that you will not turn it into a refuse dump again.
From transportation to matters of health, this time he commissions the newly built maternal and child center at Festac in Amuwo Dofi area.
Our people who have come to us after they have patronized quacks, and therefore they usually come in as very, very critical and difficult to resolve cases. This is the product of your tax payments. So this is an asset of collective ownership. It is evidence of our commonwealth. Let us use it. Let us come here first instead of coming here last.
And the next destination is Ijora Badia. The structures here were demolished in 2013 in order for government to build 1,008 housing units. The governor has come to see the level of work. Health, shelter and accessible road are three key necessities of living anywhere in the world. And the Lagos State government says it won't relent in its efforts to meet the challenges of its growing population.
Well, that's it from the nation's capital. Back to you, Amarachi.
Thanks a lot, Gloria. We'll take it from here now. And Joker Rogers will join us soon for business news.
First Bank, truly the first.
Thank you, Amarachi. Welcome to Business News. Nigeria Central Bank lifted the cash reserve requirements, that's the CRR, on public sector deposits held by banks on Tuesday, as it seeks to stabilize the naira, reflecting its concern about loose fiscal policy. Effective February the 4th, the CRR for commercial banks would be raised by 75% from 50%, its first increase since July 2013. The decision leaves commercial banks with less cash to work with. Analyst expectations were also confirmed after the Monetary Policy Committee left benchmark rates at 12% for the 14th time in a row.
The committee decided against excessive reliance on external reserves to support the exchange rate and opted for monetary tightening until fiscal buffers are rebuilt. Having considered all the issues above, the committee decided as follows. A. All members voted for an increase in CRR on public sector deposits from 50% to 75% with effect from 4th February 2014. B. 5 members voted for a retention of CRR on private sector deposits at 12%, while 3 voted for an increase in this component to 15%.
CBN Governor Lamido Sanusi. Well, this year's World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, has more than 2,500 leaders from nearly 100 countries, including 300 public figures, 1,500 business leaders, and representatives from civil society, academia, the media, and the arts. Well, opening the event on Tuesday night, the forum's founder and executive chairman, Klaus Schwab, called on participants to put human values at the center of their deliberations. Much of the conversation in Davos will focus on redefining capitalism, which it stands for, and how it can be renewed. When it began in 1971, the Davos Summit focused on European economic issues, but now the agenda has grown to include wider global concerns. Nigeria's billionaire business mogul Aliko Dangote will co-chair the World Economic Forum this year. Later in the year, Nigeria will then host the World Economic Forum on Africa with the theme Forging Inclusive Growth, Creating Jobs, scheduled to take place in Abuja. It's the first time a West African country will be hosting the Forum on Africa. In the meantime, Pope Francis I has challenged business leaders in Davos to put their wealth at the service of humanity instead of leaving most of the world's population in poverty and insecurity. In a message read by Cardinal Peter Turkson to more than 2,500 participants at the annual World Economic Forum, the pontiff urged industrialists and bankers to promote inclusive prosperity, but stopped short of chiding them for excesses laid bare by the global financial crisis. The Argentine Pope who has identified strongly with the poor since his election last year and severely criticized capitalism, acknowledged that business had helped lift millions out of poverty, even if it had led to widespread social exclusion. To other news, the Delta State government has denied allegations against it that it embezzled 705 million naira meant for the reconstruction of the Oborodo new community. During a briefing held at the Government House today, the state governor, Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan, said the money donated by Chevron Oil after the 2008 crisis in Warri Southwest local government area is in a fixed deposit account with a branch of EcoBank in Warri. He said the money, which is now valued at 968.6 million naira, was paid into the fixed account on the 18th of December 2008 and cannot be accessed without the approval of Chevron, the state government and the Ishakiri Regional Development Council, all of whom are the joint signatories to that particular account. It was a session of market recovery on Tuesday as the key index regained its footing, leaping 1.11%. The gains were driven by investors' interest in blue chip stocks. Loretta Chogo has other details of the stock market report.
Hello and welcome to Stock Markets Report tonight. The bulls staged a comeback on Tuesday as major indices ended positive on fresh bargain hunting. The key index moved north by 1.11% to close at 41,931.63 points. Market capitalization also climbed to 13.43 trillion naira. Now, top earners on Tuesday include Nestle, which gained 19 naira 94 kobo, while Dangote Cement and Guinness added 4 naira 98 kobo and 2 naira 50 kobo each. Now, Nigerian breweries led market laggards with a value drop of 30 kobo. For the most traded stocks for the day, Transnational Corporation of Nigeria takes the top spot with 42.29 million shares traded and is followed by Fidelity Bank and First Bank of Nigeria Holdings. Now, when closing bell rang, the total number of shares stood at 276.43 million units, valued at 3.05 billion naira, and exchanged in 5,698 deals. And that's the stock market report. I'm Loretta Chogo.
Thank you, Loretta. That's it on Business News. On the news at 10, Amarachi returns shortly.
Truly the first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Syria faces global condemnation for torture and execution of 11,000 detainees. That's on the foreign scene. Just so nice.